Mr. Stickermania, again from Louisville, Kentucky, to do kind of a recap of me being a stockbroker for music memorabilia for the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and Led Zeppelin pressings. This is a Meet the Beatles, first pressing from 1964 mono. It's got the record that doesn't have any publishing credits on the titles. They did that for the first 200,000 and they realized that was a mistake. And that was the only time that happened. Got this Rolling Stones first album issued in America, mono. And it's got a textured cover. And it's got the bonus photo inside. Got a couple Santanic first issues. This is a USA with the lenticular 3D cover. Stereo. This is one from the UK with the lenticular cover. Got this Jimi Hendrix in the shrink. What makes this nice, it's a white label promo, only sent to radio stations, DJs. And I got this Abbey Road first press from the United Kingdom with a laminated cover. And on the very first pressings, they misaligned the apple where it's not straight under I Want You. Very first pressing of Abbey Road from the United Kingdom, 1969. Also, I search and buy audiophile pressings. Got this Please Please Me from Germany, late 70s. Got the A2, B2 cut. The best sounding audiophile stereo pressing of Please Please Me ever to exist. Has less compression than the United Kingdom pressings, and it really rocks. And it's on Apple Records, and it's got the 7.2 prefix, which is important. Got another Germany pressing from late 70s of the White Album. Got the sticker on there, it's numbered, hard to see, 2411. But another great sounding audiophile pressing. Got this 2014 mono Sgt. Pepper out of the box set. One of the best sounding pressings ever of Sgt. Pepper. It really rocks a lot more than the stereo. John Lennon says you hadn't heard Sgt. Pepper until you hear it in mono. Of course, we had to talk about Exile on Main Street by the Rolling Stones. You got to find the records that have the Artesian logo in the dead wax. They were mastered from the original master tapes that were mixed in LA over a year and a half. Don't know if they vanished or what, but it's the only way you can really hear the original sound of Exile on Main Street. And of course, you can't not talk about Led Zeppelin 2, a hot mix done by Robert Ludwig. You have to find a PR Presswell pressing or a MO Monarch pressing. That's the best sounding ones. RLSS. SS stand for Sterling Sound. You have to have that small dead wax on side 2 to know it's the hot mix. And one more audiophile pressing from Germany. The another late 1970s of a Revolver. I have to have the 72072 prefix on Apple. It's cut with a real wide stereo soundscape and less bass roll off on Mr. Paul McCartney. It really sounds great. And I collect original pressings with the hype sticker. We got the 1966. This is a mono copy. Got the hype sticker on there. Got a 1966 Beach Boys. The hype sticker is affixed underneath the shrink. Sold in Kmart for $2.97. Got the Who, My Generation, but cut out because they thought the Who was never going to sell in America. But what really makes it unique, it's got the hype sticker for The Kids Are All Right. But after Tommy came out and Who's Next, we found out the Who was going to sell in America. Got a 1969 Rolling Stones hexagon cover, factory sealed, with the real rare hype sticker for honky tonk women. Got a 1972 factory sealed of Paul McCartney's great album Ram. It's $3.74 at Kmart. Got factory breathe holes here on the front, so you know it's not a reseal. Got manufactured by Apple Records, Broadway address. You know it's original issue. Got the Some Girls with the band cover that was quickly changed in the hype sticker, 1978. Got a Led Zeppelin sealed. Got the Stairway to Heaven hype sticker and the title back on the back. I sold the one that had the real rare hype sticker for Rock and Roll and Black Dog on there, the very first issue hype sticker. I got a second pressing of Led Zeppelin House of the Holy that has the OBI, making it politically correct. The title hype sticker and the rare hype sticker for Dire Maker. That's some of my hype stickers. And I'm into music memorabilia. Got this 1965 the Beatles brunch bag made for the girls instead of the lunchbox. In near mint condition, the zipper works. No writing on it. Really nice. 1964, made by Dame Belt and Bag Company in the United States of the Beatles. Got the rare zipper compartment on the back that works. We call that like a handbag. Size is 10 by 9. Got the brass handles there. And on music memorabilia, I got this. A lot of interest in this. 1964 textured poster print. That was one of the extras they made for the 5,000 Beatles record players they made in 1964. 17 by 10 inches. Only seen this pop up on the internet. This is about the third time in 20 years. Had to get a hold of that. Really nice. And then I'm into ticket stubs. Buy and sell those. I got a Live Aid graded 3 full ticket for 1985. Ticket was $35. Got the program to go with it. Got a Led Zeppelin for 1969. They kind of printed these tickets and they didn't even know how to spell Zeppelin. They left the E out, the second E on Led Zeppelin. But Jethro Tull was on the same. It was in Santa Barbara Fairgrounds on August 1st, 1969. That's when the Led Zeppelin was touring the United States everywhere, trying to get going. Got a couple ticket stubs for the Beatles. The first concert was in Cincinnati Gardens, which I lived close by. I saw a couple shows at Cincinnati Gardens in the 80s. It was hard to believe that the Beatles played there. It wasn't that big. They said it was like 110 degrees there. They let too many people in the program, the WSAI booklet. And I have the evening show at the Indiana State Fair when the Beatles played at the fairgrounds and at the grandstand. That's a harder ticket to find than when they played in the afternoon. And that's it on tickets. Gotta talk about butcher covers for a second. This is a West Coast butcher cover. See the V-neck right there. I'm not gonna peel this. I'm only really good at peeling East Coast with a glue that's not so strong. These glue they really glued these on, and they take weeks to peel these off. But one thing about the argument of the butcher cover, they say you should leave them like this. They're worth more than when they're peeled. Well, last week that all changed because the #1 dealer in Arizona sold a peeled West Coast butcher cover for $7,100. You can believe that. And into last thing is stealing autographs. Got this Rolling Stones, Some Girls, the inner one that was corrected, not the first issue, but all signed by 5 members: Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, Ronnie Wood, Mick Jagger, Bill Wyman. Real nice. Fine. Robert Plant solo album. It's a real nice big signature for Robert Plant. You don't get a much better signature on Robert Plant than that. And the biggie, of course, up here in my ground, holy grail, the early 1963, when they formed at Brian Epstein's record store, and there was only like 10 girls there. This is When Please Please Me just was released before it was #1, and supposedly 4 of these signed records exist in the world, and this is one of them. George signed the middle of both of them. John Lennon's on there, and Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr are on the A side. And this is the COA from the Beatles expert. He studied the Beatles autographs for 25 years. Frank Casio tells the exact date that this was signed on January 24th, 1963. So that's kind of a recap of what I do on buying and selling music memorabilia. I study sold listings every day, and auctions are going off, new listings, and the music memorabilia industry, it never stays the same. Got to keep right on top of it. Thanks a lot.